Hi everyone, back again. Third video in a row. So this time I'll talk about this. The space shuttle. In case you couldn't tell by the posters in the background, I've got a couple more over there. I do like space quite a bit. And I've got this paper model here. It all comes apart and everything. It's pretty cool. I'll do this off as well. I've made models, out of like plastic, and you paint them, but I don't have them right here now. I'll show them probably later on. So I thought I'd show you these models. Use these models to demonstrate how the space shuttle would get into space. So first let's talk about the three major components here. We got the shuttle itself, the orbiter they would call it, space shuttle. Okay, so we got, this is where the crew would be, around this part here. This middle section is the cargo bay. That's where they'd house, for example, the Hubble Space Telescope or parts to the International Space Station. And then this last bit at the back here is for the engines, so a little bit of fuel for the engines. We got the three SSMEs, Space Shuttle main engines. They'll fire during launch into space. And we've got these two smaller ones at the top, the OMS Orbital Maneuvering System, and those will push this space shuttle into orbit. Also got the wings with some control flaps, and those are the main parts of it. Next we've got this bad boy. This is the external fuel tank. So it would attach to the orbiter like that. A couple of struts there and there. And this fuel, this is mostly fuel, and it would supply the space shuttle main engines during launch into orbit. This would, and then these are the solid rocket boosters that would go on the side of the external tank. So these, because they're solid rocket fuel, they're not throttleable, and once you turn them on, there's no going back until they run out of fuel. So here is the whole configuration for launch. You can see the shuttle's actually surprisingly far down. It's not, right next to the tank. It's pushed down a little. Sorry about that. When it would launch, 4 seconds before takeoff, the main engines would fire. This would be to make sure they're working correctly. And then at T-0, the solid rocket boosters would fire as well. As soon as it launched, as soon as it cleared the tower, it would do a roll maneuver, I think. We would roll over to face the right way, and a pitch maneuver. It would start pitching over. Because getting into orbit's all at a horizontal speed, you need tons of horizontal speed. I think it's 2 or 3 minutes into flight. These are almost run out of fuel, the solid rocket boosters. So they'll detach, fall back to Earth. Typically these have parachutes in the top, in the nose cones, and they'll actually survive impact on the ocean, and they'll be picked up and cleaned out because salt water does lots of bad things to the bottoms, and they'll be reused for another space shuttle mission. Meanwhile, this is continuing into space upside down while in the atmosphere, until when it gets out of the atmosphere, it can rotate around. Once the external fuel tank is out of fuel, it would detach. The space shuttle would rotate. I'm not sure which way. I'm not sure if it would go that way or if it would just rotate that way. And they would take pictures of the external tank as it would go back to Earth to see if there was any damage during launch. And this would just eventually fall into the ocean and crash. So this would get into orbit. Orbital maneuvering system would push it into orbit. It'll be up there for a few weeks usually, I think. on non-space station missions, and it saw how long it would stay up when it went to the space station. And when it would return, just fire the engines backwards to slow down, re-enter the atmosphere. If it was going too fast, it can do S-curves, where it would turn a little bit like that to present the whole bottom of the spacecraft, so to add more drag, slow down faster. And then eventually it would glide down, although I've heard it wasn't very good at gliding. It would glide down and then just land on a plane runway anyway, supposedly, most of the time in America. But it could land anywhere really. Thanks for watching.